even though it's tricky, I think if you have good people around you and you've treated them with respect, you know, and collaborated well with them, then when you're in that position that could be awkward, they're gonna be supportive. So that's how it was for me. It was great. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
How do your and Roxanne's directing methods differ?
You know, I remember Roxanne's directing from a long time ago, so I don't know what her method is now, but our personalities are very different. She's very serious. I'm an idiot. But truly, she really is very, she's very thoughtful. She's very private in her personal life in many ways, and I think that happens in her directing process. She's incredibly well prepared, whereas I am not always as prepared. But I tend to go a lot off of instinct and actors and inspiration in the moment. So I have a plan as a director, but I also come in really excited to see what's going to happen and how we take advantage of that. Roxanne, as I recall, you didn't know, you know, she was very private, so she didn't talk a lot beforehand about what we were doing. But when she got there, she had all her notes and her plans, and it was very well prepared and very thoughtful. But I think Roxanne, because her personality is a little more serious, honestly, than mine, she's much more mature than me. I think she tends to do very well in kind of serious dramas, 1-hour dramas. Even though I do a 1-hour show, because I'm a little sillier, I tend to enjoy comedies. I just like being on a comedy. It's fun. You know, it's more fun to, you know, spend your day laughing a little than talking about horrible crimes or things like that. I could not do, you know, a Law and Order show now. It's just not, I wouldn't want to spend my day, it's 12, 14-hour days, like, talking about horrible crimes, you know. I'd rather talk about fart jokes. That just sounds like more fun to me, so comedies are fun. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Because there was 3 Roberts on Voyager, did you have to give each other nicknames or whatever to be able to differentiate?
Yeah, I was super cool guy. Bob was. Luckily, all 3 of us had different nicknames. So I go by Robbie. I've been that for years. Bob Picardo is Bob. Robert Picardo is Bob. And Robert Beltran was Robert. So it kind of worked out that we all went by the different names. But when guest directors would come in, or you know, guest actors, they wouldn't know that immediately. So a lot of times people would say, "Oh, Robert," and 3 of us would turn. And, so, but it worked out. It was surprisingly easy. Well, yes, sir.
Being that you were an actor, would you say you're more of an actor's director, or not?
I mean, I don't know. I hope so. I definitely, I definitely look when I'm directing for a scene for every scene to have some sort of emotional experience, because that's to me the most important, for an audience and for the viewer to feel something. You know, whether you're feeling, you know, silliness, that it was a silly scene and you just had fun, or whether you feel something. Yeah, so I think I do approach it as an actor, like, what is that experience of this scene ultimately gonna convey? And a lot of times, you know, there's scenes that are just explanation of story, you know, so the actors and I always talk about, like, all right, we have to get out a lot of story in the scene. We're sitting in, you know, the mission room, and there's a mission, but I always try to find an emotional experience that maybe this mission, let's say a Chuck, maybe this mission that we're getting is making someone concerned for another person's safety. And so that's the story to me that's more interesting while we're babbling about the mission, is to see between the actors, oh, they're concerned for each other, or so, you know, to me, I'm always looking for that sort of layer of experience. So I guess, yeah, I guess you'd say I'm a little more of an actor's director in that way, because I'm looking for that emotional. If it doesn't have some emotional experience, then, you know, we could just read the book of it, I guess, or something. So, yeah. But I also like the cool gadgets and toys and, you know, cool lenses, and slow-mos and action scene. I like to blow stuff up, too.
Fans.
What's that?
Fans.
Thanks, yeah, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
We just started watching Voyager, we're listening to, and so we're just kind of getting used to the new characters. Even so many years later, the new characters cast. But between being a director and an actor on Voyager, which were your favorite episodes? Favorite as a director?
My favorite episodes, first of all, what took you so long to watch Voyager? You just came out of the closet. Come on out, it's safe. All the cool kids are doing it. Yeah, that's cool. We started in '94, 2010. Wow. What are my favorite episodes? I really liked an episode I directed called Someone to Watch Over Me, which was a doctor sort of. Yeah. I like that episode. What else did I like? I liked the episode called, I'm so bad with titles.
What was it about?
It was about Neelix and Paris go down to a planet and save a little baby alien.
Oh,
That's a great one.
What was it? Parturition. You're right, Parturition. Parturition I really liked. My memory of it was just so much fun because we had Jonathan Frakes directing, so he's a hoot. We had, as you know, if you've ever seen it. Yeah, right? Jonathan Frakes directing, and it was Ethan Phillips and myself together as a team, and he's just so funny, and again, I'm not very mature, so the bar for me of what's a great episode is quite low. So if it's fun and we laugh a lot, then that was fun for me. Yeah, it was fun. We had that little rubber chicken, we had like a puppet, we had that, it was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. That was fun. What else? I like the pilot. I mean, when we made the pilot, the very first episode of Voyager, it was so epic, that show. It was just huge. I think we shot 28 days or something, which for a TV show that's like a feature, I mean, it was incredible, so. Yeah, it's fun. Yes, ooh, yes.